So I'm getting ready to go to my friend's new store in Brick Lane, and of course I'm going to bring her an arrangement of flowers, which I've done. I absolutely love flowers, and therefore I'm always about giving female founders, my friends, anyone in my life, their flowers. So I've created this bouquet inspired by like the colors in her store, which is like green, pink, yellow, and it's also quite springy, which is, we're in February now, but the sun is coming out and shining a bit, so I can't wait for spring and for summer and all the other bouquets I'm going to create this year. So actually, this is my first bouquet this year. This is what I've got. Just a small cutesy one. Can't wait.
Well, that's a video. It started.
Going home now after a lovely conversation with our Carlton girls, the group chat is called, and we had nice conversations and positive, what do you call it? What are we doing for the future? Positive projections for our future.
Yeah, we're gonna change this industry.
Yeah. And we're gonna continue our slow quality approach.
In case you didn't know.
Good morning, it's another day, and today I just have a few errands to do. I'm cleaning out my patterns, not cleaning out, I'm organizing my patterns, going through some like old patterns that I have and refreshing them, seeing which ones I need to keep, which ones I need to get rid of, and which ones I need to refresh. And then I also have some new envelopes that I will be filing them away in. I'm also, what else am I doing? I'm figuring out content for the rest of the month. I'm trying to be more on socials now. After the meeting that we had yesterday with our founders, we said that we need to be more on our content because there's loads of things that we are doing and not loads of people know about it. And it's a bit hard because when you are building a brand and you are the one making the products and you are the one sending everything out there, you are the one like doing everything, sometimes it's hard to also do content and also be the marketing person as well as everything else. So we are trying to make systems to make everything easier for ourselves. I love how it is when the sun comes shining in. I'm currently doing the hoover and cleaning up and preparing for a day of work. Let's go. These are my patterns and I need to sort through them and put them in new envelopes because these envelopes are quite deteriorating, and our patterns are actually very important as designers because they are essentially the blueprints for our designs. And when you've worked so hard on like pattern cutting something and you finally got it right, then you want to make sure that you preserve that pattern, even digitize it. So I got different types of envelopes. I've got these envelopes which are waterproof, hard, and that will help me to store my final designs inside them. And then I also have these envelopes which have a gusset in them, which are perfect for my bridal Even though they're not that big, these are the biggest type of A4 envelope I could find. And I might have to store, for example, a bridal dress in part 1, part 2, part 3, and store them all together. On the front of the envelope, I will have a specification sheet. And I also need to update how I do my specification sheet. Let me see if I've got an example. So this is like an example specification sheet. It's basically the spec that gives you all the information for that design. So it lets me know when I designed it, it lets me know how many pattern pieces, it also lets me know what fabric I need, how much of the fabric, where I got the fabric, what other trims are needed, everything that I need to know about the pattern. This is what it is, and therefore if I'm making it or if I'm giving it to someone else, I can literally just give them over this file, and it will also, and they'll also be able to make it without any worries. I also had the idea to get these brown craft envelopes. It's the same envelopes with the gusset, because loads of times you might be working on several different designs at a time, and I wanted to have an envelope where I could put my patterns that are in progress, so that when I look visually on my shelf, I can tell, okay, these brown craft ones are for patterns in progress, these grey ones are for final designs, and these white ones are for bridal. I think that's going to be a good system, and I will be able to file my patterns in that way. So that's my task for this morning. Good morning. I'm off to LCF this morning. It's Saturday, and I'm off because I'm leading the Saturday club. So
the next train at platform 4 is the 9:37 Greater Anglia service to Broxbourne. Calling at Cheshunt and Broxbourne. This train is formed of 12 coaches.
It's actually waits for
platform 4 for the 9:37 Greater Anglia service to Broxbourne.
Are you done? Okay. Yeah, so the National Saturday Club is an organisation, kind of like a charity, that promotes crafts and design and fashion to young people. And it's basically taken on by several colleges, universities and schools. And UAL, LCF, is taking part in it, and therefore I'm leading the LCF one. And I basically design a curriculum based off of my skills and what I know to be able to get young people into the creative arts. And my specialism is design, so I'm teaching them design. Right now, we are a couple weeks in, and we finished our designs with them. They did a denim shirt, a denim gilet, and now we are working on a project with Burberry. So it's quite nice because we get to partner with organizations, and Burberry's coming in to work with us next week. So we are preparing research, and I have my trusty ambassador, Sakina. It's so great because I get to work with my sister.
We aim to repair the lift.
Yeah. A bit taller than you, lovely. I had a few years to get used to that. So we have the computer rooms today set up. I'm going to be teaching them the importance of primary research versus secondary research, and then they're going to be doing their own primary research of the themes ready for Burberry. Just waiting for the students to come in. Everything's prepared, everything's ready, and I'm quite excited for today. It's only 3 hours that we spend with them on a Saturday, so I hope that we get everything done and get everything printed and ready. Definition, dictionary definition of what your word is, and also write it on the post-it notes. I want you to use the post-it notes and the paper that you have, so that you know what kind of keyword you're looking for. I just finished teaching at Atelier and I'm going to my atelier now. I have some patterns to finish, some garments to make, and I have my mum who's coming to help me today. So that's great because I'm gonna get her to do some of the patterns while I'm sewing. I was so tired and so drained, not drained, but working with young people sometimes can take a lot out of you because you have to energize them and explain a lot to them. But now I went to get some ice cream and I feel so much more better. And I'm so ready for my work and what I have to do in my studio. And it's great to have extra pair of hands today because I can get more things done. To be honest, today is a Saturday, it's a weekend. So I don't have to go to my atelier. Like I was planning to not to go, but to be honest, I just love to be there and I love the work that I do. So at the end of the day, I was like, I have more free time. The sun is shining, everything's beautiful. Let me go. Let me go and get ahead on the work. So I've arrived in my studio and now I'm gonna get to work. I'm gonna take this off because it gets so hot in my atelier and I need to be comfortable to work. Let's start. So my task today is back to organizing the patterns. I was able to get all my patterns in the right folders, get rid of the ones I don't need, organize them in terms of bespoke and made to order collections. Now some of them are a bit old and they need to be retraced and I need to reprint and refile them. So I have my mum here today to help me to do that. Can you please explain to me why you're on a break already when you just arrived?
It's a break before break.
A break before the break.
Just that I know how a break feels like.
Somebody look in the camera. Somebody look in the camera. Get us on these stories.
So we are eating our burger in burgers. This is literally the best burger I've ever had anywhere. Like, and the chips, amazing. So if you come here on Thursdays, you can get the meal deal of the burger and the fries for £10.
I told you. You know that kind of food that makes you dance? Like, it's like, I'm having a moment. Let me be.
Like a movie scene area. Mayo. I am so full up from that burger, but I'm so grateful for that food. Like, you know, there's some food, even if it's like a little bit unhealthy, it just makes you think like, wow, God, thank you so much for creating food, because there's some food that you eat. There's some food that you eat where it's like, oh yeah, that's nice, that is nourishing. And there's other food where it's like, it makes you do a little dance on the inside, it makes your soul happy, and you're like, wow, God, you really did your thing with this one, and you inspire the human beings. And Jesus, oh, I was about to pray right there. I thought I was doing a prayer. But yeah. I absolutely love when the sun is shining into my atelier. Like, can you see the way? It like literally kisses my skin, but also highlights how like oily my forehead gets. Yeah, I absolutely love the sun coming in, because when I was looking for a studio, one of the main things I needed was sunlight. Natural lighting was one of the highest priorities, because I feel like when the sun is shining in and shining in on your work, shining on your face, the inspiration, the sparks, everything is just flying. Everything just feels so much more better. So this one was literally a winner for me, because I have not only this window, I have the roof. So I have double lighting, which is amazing. Look at the sun.
Nice, I love, we love, we love, we love. Encanto, je aime.
The funny thing is, it was actually
Sunday.
hail stoning a couple minutes ago, and now the sun is like shining, 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 shining. Yeah.
Shining, yeah, all of this money.
Inspired by this flower. This flower inspired this dress, which is hibiscus flower. There's loads of different types of hibiscus flowers. This hibiscus flower is called hibiscus forsyth, I believe. And the orange color, when I saw this orange color, it inspired me to find that kind of color that represents like the brightness and the illustrativeness of the Caribbean. That inspired the like gathers, the bottom of the dress like this, which is why I did the high-low with so many like meters of fabric. Right now it's not finished. It's gone. Once the dress is finished, and I'm going to do pin hem to finish it and complete the dress. These are 3 samples that I made to finalize the fit of, not the fit, the finish of the invisible inner seam pocket with the French seam finish with an invisible zip. Now the first one, this one, was absolutely horrible. It was overlapping. It wasn't sitting in the right place, and as you can see, it's a bit wavy. Also, don't mind the binding. I tried a binding finish, but that wasn't good. So got rid of that one. Then I had this one, which was way better. As you can see, the invisible zip is still invisible here, and it's still functional because the pocket still works and doesn't interfere with the zip. The waistline meets exactly at the right point, and also the finish on the inside is French seam. This section is the bodice, so that will be covered with the lining, and this will be overlocked but covered by the zip, so you can't see it. And then the rest of the garment at the bottom will be French seamed, then pin hemmed. So that was the fully resolved sample. And then after that one, I did it in the final fabric, and it sat perfectly, again with the zip opening perfectly. And then on the inside, this is how it's going to be finished. French seam, pin hem at the end, and again overlocking behind the zip, and this section is going to be covered by the lining. So everything is nice and clean and finished. As you can see, this is what the finish would look like, and the finish is so important to me. I'm not doing overlocking. I've just overlocked the sides here because this is a sample and I want to refer to this again, or if there's any intern working with me or anyone working with me, I can show them this example of the kind of finish that I want. But this is a great reference for me that I can work with, and so that I know how my garment will be finished, because the finish, the quality of the finish is so important for me. And can you see how beautifully crisp that is? Like if that was on the side of a dress, you wouldn't even be able to tell that there was a pocket. Beautiful. So I'm just here working on this dress. I've nearly finished it, but the last thing that I kind of need to resolve before I finally finish the dress is the level of the waistline, because the level of a waistline of a dress can really affect how flattering it is, and it's really dependent on each style and each like style of how the dress is. The thing is, when I put the dress on the mannequin, it looks one way, and when I try it on, it looks so much more better. So sometimes you can't trust how it looks like on the mannequin. Like, you have to actually try it on a real body, on a real human body, and see what it looks like and what it's giving. Also, because I have more like form, female form is more profound in real life rather than referring to the mannequin. So I'm sewing the invisible slip, and I'm going to see how that goes. This is her hibiscus dress.
That is so pretty.
And it's not even finished yet, but look at me. Drape, bow, beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love